Hi everyone, and welcome to the Burnt Brass Homestead channel. Earlier in the summer, there were concerns that some states may experience rolling blackouts in August. As usual, I thought, people survived without AC in the past, so what are we doing wrong now? And for 2 weeks, I played around with different ways to keep the house comfortable without an AC until nightfall when the temperature usually drops. I also wanted to see how comfortable the house could be without a fan, to simulate a blackout in the middle of summer. So for 2 weeks during the heat wave and heat wave warnings, we did not use the AC during the day, but the AC was available in the event it got too hot. As a matter of fact, we have not used the AC downstairs all summer, with the exception of 2 or 3 occasions when we had guests during the heat wave. But not using the AC also reduces the electric bill. Now, keep in mind, there are people out there that are really struggling to make ends meet due to everything that has happened the past 2 years. So this process could be helpful to someone trying to save $30 to $50 per month. A little background information on how my house is designed. My living room faces about northeast, so the living room gets a lot of sun in the morning. The dining room and kitchen gets sun near the afternoon, and the back of the house gets a lot of sunlight from about 4 to maybe 6 p.m., something like that. So in the morning, we flip up the blinds so that the northeast side of the house gets sunlight, but not direct sunlight to heat up the living room. We do the same thing as the day go by. So the rooms that have blinds, we turn the blinds upwards to get sunlight or indirect sun, but not the actual sun shining on the floors or walls to heat up the house. With that said, we would open up all the windows in the early morning to take advantage of the cool air. This included the front and back doors, which have security screens and bars built in. Note, we do not leave the doors and windows open on the first floor overnight due to the increase in crimes throughout the country. That includes rural areas as well as the so-called nice parts of the cities and towns. Crime has spiked everywhere. For the way my house is designed, I found that opening the window and door on opposite sides of the house was effective. It produced a nice cooling wind tunnel throughout the downstairs. This was done without a fan. Remember, this is in the early morning when temperatures were in the mid-70s. The windows and doors stayed open until the outside temperature was higher than the indoor temperature, at which point all doors, windows, blinds, and curtains were closed. On another day, I placed a fan in the living room window to pull air in, while another fan was placed in the mudroom, which is almost straight across the living room on the opposite side of the house, to act as an exhaust. This was even better than just having the windows open. Again, all doors, windows, blinds, and curtains were shut once the outside temperature was higher than that indoors. Now, depending on which way the wind was blowing determined which fan would pull air in and which fan would pull air out of the house. The side of the house that was getting a good breeze would be the side of the house where the fan was pulling air in. I also tried creating a cooling wind tunnel through the house with only the living room fan and the mudroom fan to see if air would move better across the house without any interference of wind from the side windows. And lastly, I turned on the exhaust fan in the bathroom upstairs to pull hot air up and out of the house. Now, nothing I did kept the temperature below 78 degrees when the outside temperature reached 90. The house typically stayed between 79 and 83 degrees depending on how high in the 90s the temperature reached. But overall, I was satisfied with the results. Remember, the goal was to be able to maintain safe temperatures inside the house should there be an outage during a heat wave. and I believe I accomplished that. It is important to note that once the outside temperature was higher than the indoor temperature, all the doors, windows, blinds, and curtains were closed. What's funny is people keep their doors and windows open all day, no matter how hot outside it gets. So they are letting in all the hot air. Remember, a fan does not really cool your house. It circulates air, and it evaporates the moisture from your skin when you're sweating, which makes it feel as if it's cooling you. Let's put it another way. In the early fall, you keep your windows and doors open until it gets too cold outside. Then you close your windows and doors to keep the outside temperature from making the house too cold. So why would you not do the same thing in the summer? Close your windows, doors, and blinds when the outside temperature is too high, as not to cause the temperature in the house to rise. Now, typically during a heat wave, people would go to the mall or a shopping complex with an AC. But if that is not an option due to, say, a lockdown or your neighborhood is too dangerous, then retreat to your basement if you have one. Consider keeping a small area in your basement cleared for family to hang out if the temperature is too hot in your house during a power outage in the middle of a heat wave when you're confined to your house. Just remember to have a flashlight or lantern available. While this isn't a perfect solution, it does provide a peace of mind knowing that we can cool our home comfortably enough to survive with a fan if electric costs continue to rise. We're also able to live comfortably in this house should there be a power outage during a heat wave. Please like, share, and subscribe if this video was helpful.